what's up, guys? Today we are going to be playing the Stanley Parable, which is supposed to be a game just about narrating. That's all I know. I haven't read the whole little thingamabobber in Steam yet. So, have you played the Stanley Parable? Oh, I put yes. Shit. Sorry. Wait, guys. I don't know why I said yes. The current time. Well, if you must know, it is 12:29. The time of recording, not AM. How do I change the PM? Oh, now it's 12. It's basically 12:30. So there we go. No, accessibility settings could be excuse. Can I change the yes or no? Cause I accidentally hit yes, guys. General. Okay, so this is an office setting. Oh. Okay. Hey guys, welcome back to no. Sorry. Hey guys. Shit. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. And today, welcome back to Tuga. And today we are going to be playing Stanley Parable. Because Stanley Parable is good. We have never played Stanley Parable before. Oh, there. Okay. If you must know, it is 12:30. In 12:30. Is it 12:31 yet, guys? It is 12:30 on the dot. Probably not going to be though. Whatever. Just give it a second. Alright, look. Yo. Okay, let's do this, guys. The end is never. Never the end is. Wait, what?
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Okay, Stanley. I'm Stanley, guys. Or
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple.
I.
He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard.
Bro.
Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year.
Yo.
And although
what?
others might have considered it soul-rending,
It is.
Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow.
Oh.
No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened. This complete isolation.
Oh my.
Something was very clearly wrong.
It's not good.
Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time.
Okay, so
But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
are we playing Stanley? Oh, what if I don't stay? Guys, okay, we're supposed to go out of the office.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay, meeting room. Is this a meeting room? Yo, living this work. This is exactly what I do not want to do. This is the worst job ever.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
What if I open the door on the right? Okay, we're gonna just follow whatever the guy says in the voices inside my head. The voices inside my head. I'm gonna listen to that, just cause.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
So I think I just keep following up. I said
Coming
up.
to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
It's not it. That's it, right? That's it.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human
Oh, I can
life.
crouch.
Shocked,
This.
unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from
Is he
him.
gonna tell me the code,
And
guys?
so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code
What?
by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
What? What in the actual... This ain't no horror game, bro. I did not buy a horror game, bro. I did not buy no horror game, guys. The guy did not tell me to do this, so I think I did it wrong or
Descending deeper into the
Oh, he did,
building,
he did.
Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long. This now, when for years it had never occurred to him. This question would not go unanswered for long.
For long? Oh, we're about to find
Stanley
out.
walked straight
Oh.
ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
What the heck? Escape? Y'all, we're just gonna follow whatever the guy says for now. Okay. If we be able to do this again, then we're just gonna not do it.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens.
What the
What
heck?
horrible secret did this place hold?
I'm thinking
Stanley
that.
thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Yes, he did. I'm just gonna follow whatever he says for now, and then we're just gonna mess around later. Okay? What am I supposed to do now? Oh.
Now the
Button.
monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the
the
number
heck?
of an employee in the building,
Where's mine?
Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Oh, right click is just to move too. That's sick. I don't even need to use the freaking keyboard. Like at all. That's sick.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It
Oh.
couldn't be true.
Mine's somewhere
Had
over
Stanley
here.
really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
The heck?
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible?
Dude, this
Had he
thing-
truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Can I speak? Okay. This is insane, bro. This is like... Go over here
But
then.
here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or content. Walking,
What?
eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Hey guys, I think we should walk inside here. I think that's what he meant, right? What? Awaits input. Aw. Whoa. My ears. Crap. Crap, bro. That's so
Blackness
sick.
and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes.
Wait,
He
what?
had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened,
That's the
Stanley
world.
reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him.
What?
For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know.
What
It
the
was perhaps
heck?
the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley felt the cool
What?
breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation,
Dude,
the
this is
immense
so
possibility
deep.
of the new
I did
path before him.
I thought it was just gonna be like
This
a
was
fun office
exactly the
game, guys.
way,
It's literally all
right
I-
now,
Bro,
that things were
what?
meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
I'm happy. We just escaped like a whole like probably trillion like that's the whole Truman Show right there, guys. The end is never. So it'd be just like, what if that? Okay. Now what if we just don't leave? This one, like, so. I think we kind of have to leave. Okay, I'm gonna leave.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
If I don't go to the meeting room. Go the back way. What if I go back? Yeah, well guys, what if I go back?
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office,
Oh.
but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
Okay, so what's it say? I have
No matter how hard
Monday.
Stanley looked, he couldn't find a
Farted.
trace of his co-workers.
well, number one dad.
Stanley clicked on literally every single door in the office because he doesn't pick up well on cues from his environment.
Bro, chill. He's getting a little passive aggressive, bro. Who said who farted? They're all the same, no? Be my Valentine. Hey, what the heck? Oh, that. What does that say? I can't move. Oh, I can't read that. Fuego. It say fuego. No, I'm not stopping until I know what this is. To L. Fuel. Oh, for like coffee. Who farted? Okay, I'm gonna leave now. I think we did it.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Now, he told us to go to the door. Wait, what if I just wait here? I like waiting. So this is basically like a infinite outcome kind of type of game. Okay, I don't think he's gonna do anything. I'm just gonna walk to the right because he told me not to do right.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
I'm just gonna admire everything. Making sure I'm not missing anything. I want 100% this game. It's gonna close.
Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
I can't read that. What if I just like, I'm actually gonna read all these.
Yes, really worth it being here in the room.
Yep.
A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
Be my Valentine, I love mom or something? Something like that.
At this point, Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality. It's possible that this is why everyone left.
Wow, so he's becoming passive aggressive. I'm just gonna stay in here.
Stanley sat around waiting for more dialogue, but when a long time had passed and there was no more, he decided that the game was trying to send him a message.
Yep. Bro, they read my mind with that. I mean, no, he has to. He has to send dialogue. What's it say? Fuel. Fuel. Coffee says. I can't read that, guys. Coffee nut. Okay, there was no more dialogue. I'm gonna go
But
now.
at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
Anything I'm missing, guys? On his left. So now he just do completely disobey this guy. And I'm just gonna completely disobey this guy.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's
Bro.
incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Wow. The echo of my clicks in the game.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps
What
we've
if I just
gotten off
jump?
on the wrong foot here. But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Oh my gosh, that's an ending? Okay, we got 2 endings, I guess. I mean, we did end it.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
So I think, okay guys, what do we do now? Because I remember at like one of the, close to the ending of like my first run, there was escape. And so I think what we do is just like, I'm going to do what I'm going to do it differently.
When
I'm gonna go on
Stanley
the
came to a
right.
set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee
Right.
lounge first, just to admire it.
Man.
Wow. Yes, this room.
Bye-bye.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
I don't do that. Okay. Hear me out. I don't do that.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
I'm going to get on here without jumping.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not.
Okay.
I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about.
Wait, what?
Please, Stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me.
What?
I'm asking for her.
Her? My wife?
This is it, Stanley. Your chance
I'm
to
gonna listen to
redeem
him now.
yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Who's she?
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this.
What? Dude, this goes way deeper than I thought it would ever go deep. I'm
Stanley,
427.
is that you?
Yeah.
Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven.
What?
All right.
Wait, guys. 427 was my office number as well. That's also my. Now my theory, guys, is that the office was originally an apartment, and then they mind controlled us to start working. That's my theory.
Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about
Your damn.
What the heck?
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife?
Yeah.
Who want to commit their life to you?
Wow.
I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here. This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
What? Good morning, employee force.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
I'm not gonna press it. I'm not gonna press it, guys. I don't care how long it takes. I'm not pressing it.
I swear, man.
I'm not pressing it, bro. Okay, I think I should press it now. I'll give it 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, I'm pressing it now.
Look at him there, pushing buttons,
Okay,
doing
bro.
exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
I haven't. I'm not gonna press it, bro. I'm not. It's gonna take like 5 years for me. Any dialogue, bro. Just keep pressing the buttons, other buttons, bro. I'm not pressing B, bro. I'm not doing that, bro. I don't think they care. Yeah, I don't think they care. I'm gonna press it, bro.
But in his mind, in his mind, he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful. And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
I want to watch the TV though, so wait.
And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth.
Yep.
The thought excited him terribly.
Boys.
So he went further. He imagined that he came to two open doors.
Oh my gosh. So we're just imagining it again. That's crazy.
And that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
Okay, so my life
As
is
he
a
wandered
computer
through
screen.
this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an
Wait.
enormous round room
That
with
was a
monitors
fridge,
and
I
mind
think, right?
controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable.
That's the name of the game, guys. Oh, to kill your kids' story.
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over
That's
and
what we're
over,
doing.
wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free.
That's what we're always
Surely
doing.
there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be?
That's little kid.
Perhaps
That's
if
what
he
I'm
played
doing.
just one more time.
That's crazy, bro. I love my wife.
But there is no answer. How could
She
there
gone.
possibly be?
Wait, what the heck?
In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one.
Bruh.
And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
I'm not gonna do it. You said do not do it. I'm a good boy. I'm gonna listen to him, bro. Bro. Now the game is trying to play the long game. I see how it is, but we could wait here all damn day. I might actually just go to sleep. Oh my god. Holy. I'm so tired. Oh, I'm just gonna fast forward. Bro. It's been like a good minute, bro. Say, whoa, and that's what people say. Whoa, bro. Oh, I'm not pressing it, bro. Anything but oh, bro. Oh, oh no. Yeah, I'm not doing it. You can't make me. Bro, why? Hey, yeah, I'm pressing nothing. I don't want to go to work in the morning. Yeah, I ain't going to work. Who wants to go to work? Nobody. That's what I thought. No work in the morning. Nah, bro, I've been waiting for 5 freaking minutes. Okay, I'm gonna do it now. I think that's enough.
You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself?
Bro, I'll wait for
How can I
like
get
10
him to see what
minutes.
I see? How can I make him look at himself? I suppose I can't. Not in the way I want him to.
Bro.
But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button.
Wow.
And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried.
I died. Guys, I think I died. What? I died.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Bro, what? This man just killed me. I think I'm gonna go to the escape thingy.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Oh, broom closet, guys.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Nah, can we close it? We can.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
No.
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
I'm doing frick all, guys. That's what he means.
Are you really still in the broom closet?
Yeah.
Standing around doing nothing? Why?
Because I enjoy.
Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
I enjoy broom closets.
You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least
Yeah.
you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the
now
story
I know this has a significance.
whatsoever. I never would have thought to mention it.
Yeah, but you know, expect the unexpected. You know, that's why I like this game because it has a broom
Maybe to
closet.
you this is somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friends, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favourite."
Oh my
I hope
god.
your friends find this concerning.
I'll make it the broom closet ending. In it. Right, in it. I had the man.
Stanley was fat and ugly and really, really stupid.
Wow.
He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how
Wow.
stupid he is. That or with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
What? That's not okay, bro. What?
Well, I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now.
I'm not dead.
You're dead. You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on the keyboard. Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby
How?
so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose.
I'm decomposing, guys.
Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead. They
Nuh-uh.
have fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. All right, when you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
No, I'm just gonna wait. I'm gonna wait here until I get like a little badge, and I'll let you guys know when I get the badge. The little badge that pops it in the bottom right corner when you play Steam games, and you get a little achievement. I want that. I'm getting that, and no one can make me get out of this broom closet. I like this broom closet. I don't know how long it's been. I don't know how long it will be. I really like this broom closet. Oh, broom closet. In it, the broom closet ending is my favorite. Is it yours? I love the broom closet ending. 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 Do you love the broom closet ending? I love the broom closet ending. I'm not leaving till I get the broom closet ending. The broom closet ending. The broom closet ending. The broom closet ending. I'm not leaving till I come ending. Broom closet ending. Closet ending. I live in the Arctic Circle. Broom closet ending. Broom closet ending. I cannot stop singing broom closet ending. I love the broom closet ending. Broom closet ending. I'm literally just sitting on my phone until they give me a little notification. They're not giving me a notification. I don't know what to do. All I can say is I love the broom closet ending. Okay, I'm just gonna like. No, Casey. No, I'm gonna stand tall. Broom closet. Stanley Parable. Broom closet. Wait, so if I leave, I'm leaving.
Ah, second player. It's good to have you on board. I guarantee you can't do any worse than the person who came before you.
I'm gonna go in the broom closet again, guys.
You too? Unbelievable. I'm at the mercy of an entire species of invalids. Perhaps there's a monkey nearby you can hand the controls to. A fish? Fungus? Look, you can hammer out the details. I'm not particularly picky.
Okay.
I'll just be waiting for when you're ready to pick up the story again.
What if I leave now? Now if I go back inside? But okay, guys, I'm gonna leave because he's not saying anything. It's been okay.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Nuh-uh, I'm actually not. Watch that. I'm going down.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down?
I can't.
Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went?
You're right.
And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So,
Guys, wait.
he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one.
No way, this is all a dream.
Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
Ha ha ha. Loser.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone wake me up. My name
the
is
heck?
Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
What? Dude, that's scary. That hurt my ears.
This is
a
the
little bit.
story of a woman named Mariella.
What the heck? Oh, heck no.
Mariella woke up on a day like any other.
What the heck?
She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man
Bro,
who had stumbled
what?
through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy.
What
This
the
much she
heck?
knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am
Bruh.
sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't.
Dude.
It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day, the very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Dude. Bravo, bro. Holy crap. And it's all... So this is all... I'm schizophrenic then. Yeah.
Already this was uncomfortable, and Stanley decided that as soon as he found a new space he felt safe in, that he would
What?
never leave it again in his life.
Dude. I'm gonna leave it.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief,
Wait, guys.
Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
I can think of what I'm thinking.
Oh, no. Oh, no, not again. I won't be part of this. I'm not going to encourage you. I'm not going to say anything at all. I'm just going to be patient and wait for you to finish whatever it is you enjoy doing so much in this room. Please take your time.
I will. Yo! Nothing is viable in this room, really? What if we leave? Wow. Wow. Okay, I'm gonna leave now.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley
Up.
walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Bathroom. I love rooms. Bro. Oh, the mirror. Because the boss knows that what the boss says goes. If the boss has suffered losses, then that's what the boss shows. We can go in here. Is that a gun? Business strategy. Strategy. There's no dialogue, bro. I'm going up. Oh! Dun, dun, dun. This is actually in the real game, guys. I might get copyrighted, but I really don't care. I'm not making any money anyways. Duh, duh, duh. Dum, 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 dum. Oh, it's getting a little shaky. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, you can hear him. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah. Huh. Yeah. Hey guys, it's not doing anything. Oh, that's so stupid. Okay, let's go.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf, looking behind paintings, desperate for clues to his situation. But his attention was caught by a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could its purpose be? In fact, this keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below his feet. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845.
I know this.
But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845. Two, 8, 4, 5.
Guys, wait.
But it turns out that the panel's emergency override kicked in.
Oh shit.
And the door just opened all by itself. And Stanley got the hell along with the story. Well, whoop-de-doo.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Was that the ending? No, it was definitely not the ending. What?
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
You guys were thinking when I whooped.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
I don't care. This is the last ending and then we're gonna end the video, okay?
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
I'm not doing that.
At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Why? That's a... I died.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Thank you guys. Wait, what?
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the
What?
narrator,
The
as
narrator-
Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
What? That's a different voice. The Stanley Parable.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
Narrator versus narrator beef.
When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, Death becomes meaningless, making life the same.
What?
Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Wait, I'm gonna read all this, guys, because I felt like it. This doesn't say nothing. Bro, not even no keys. It even has no letters. How am I supposed to know? I'm not one of those guys. Wait, what does that say? Oh, nothing. Okay. The blueprint shows the office from the beginning of the game. The path where from Stanley's office to the 2 doors was the first part of the game that was built. Oh my. Wow, so it was literally just a museum of the whole entire game. Filing cabinets. Office computers. What? This game. Oh, there's more of this, I think. The 2 doors. They said the 2 doors were his very first concrete piece of the Stanley Parable's design. Once this room was created, the rest of the game emerged as an extension of it, an exploration of the contradiction this room posed. Corridor. That was a random one. The office. The button sounds. Each sound is a mix of key tones. Oh, what the heck? Each of the credits. Oh my gosh, who made this thing? Davey Redden and Willem Poole. Damn. Okay, y'all, there's 2 ways. No one treated me left, so I'm going right. Office clock. Boss's office. Yo.
This elevator for sure would get him right back on track to where he was. When Stanley came to the lift, he traveled upward to the power source at the top of the facility to end this injustice forever. He pushed the number 9. Now look closely, Stanley. See how it's impossible for the player to do anything in this room. Perfect example of poor level design, textbook mistake. It's the kind of thing you pick up on intuitively if you have even the most fundamental understanding of good and bad game design. But of course, you being you'll probably spend the next hour trying to solve it. Here,
Underground portion, the lounge. Nothing is wrong. Oh, there's shit up there. Okay. So I think what I'm gonna do is go the other way, or I'm gonna go up this and then call it a day if the game doesn't restart. Freedom ending. What? Monitor room, elevator, countdown room, exit. Wait, guys, I'm gonna go exit.
Oh, look at these 2. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
So there's an underlying voice. Do I do it? I don't think we have much of a choice.
Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another?
Yep.
No, perhaps not.
Oh, no,
Sometimes
never
these
mind.
things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You
Oh
can
my
still
gosh!
save those 2. You can
Wait.
stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game.
Hey. So I feel like if I hit quit, then like it'll bring me to a different like little storyline thing.
As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice.
I think I gotta do it. Oh. Dang it! Well, thank you to Coco Crows, David Redden, and Kevin Writing, and to all of these people. Thank you guys for watching, and of course I'm gonna do more of this if you guys want me to. Leave me down in the comments what I did right, what I did wrong, what could I do right, what could I do wrong, I don't know. And maybe more like tips on endings or something. Don't forget when we hit 1K subscribers, I will do a face reveal so I can actually get money and actually buy a flippin' camera. But thank you for actually watching this video. If you've made it to the end, like and subscribe. So just thank you guys so much. Goodbye.